Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode of Bezos Chibozi. And now, for this episode, I just want to talk on something that we tend to confuse with the different things we do in self-improvement. Most people sometimes think they lack motivation. They think they lack the drive. They think they lack the thing that will start that day. However, personally, I believe what you lack is discipline. And that's why this episode is about discipline. What is discipline? Well, discipline is not about you waking up early or suffering, doing the things you don't want to do, doing the things that you hate so that you can reach where you have to reach. No. Discipline is what most people miss. Discipline is what you do to ensure that you don't need to rely on things that are just temporary. And that's why I think for me, discipline is what you need in everything. You don't need the motivation, you don't need the next day, you don't need the next step. You just need discipline. But because discipline feels like pressure, you will avoid it. And when you avoid it, you will depend on a mood. And moods are very unreliable because moods are controlled by feelings. Like you can see the whole sense of a feeling that if today you're feeling like this, tomorrow you're not going to feel like that. But if it is discipline, if today you have to do this, you'll have to do it because discipline is all about you doing something that you said you would do. So I want to reframe it for you that it's not doing what you don't want to do. It's not about doing things with intensity, perfectionism, or I would call it self-punishment. They say, let me not eat because I need to grow small. No. Actually, if it is in that case of food, you need to just eat right. Because you saying that food makes you fat is generalizing. It is some foods that make you fat. So if you eat right, you get better. So in that sense, if you're disciplined about eating right, you get better. But if you put your eating right into the mood that today I don't feel like eating the fat foods because I want to become smaller, at the end of the day, if it is not structured, you will end up eating those foods. To me, discipline is reliability. It is identity. The decision to trust in yourself. That is to me the discipline. When you say, I will do this, and you do it, you get the credibility in yourself even. That is discipline. If you say, I'm going to do this, and then you do it, your brain thinks that this guy is disciplined. And this is why you actually need the discipline. Because without it, you're going to live in emotion. You're going to live in temporary things. With it, you will have a structure. Motivation feels like, yes, I am ready. Let me do this. But discipline feels that, yes, I have decided to do this. A decision is better than a feeling. Because a decision is made with clear and data formatted thoughts that at the end of the day, all of them carry themselves to become concluded as that decision. So, ideally, become more disciplined, because you become more dependable. Because people will know that when you say something, you do it. And for this case, don't be rigid. Because sometimes when you say what you want to do, you do it. You become rigid. You don't want to do any other thing. You don't want to change the course of plan. But with your discipline, because of the structure that you already have, it will help you be flexible enough to not be rigid. In the sense that because everything you're doing is based on decisions and facts, you will gather new facts to see that you pivot. But if you're using just emotion, you'll be rigid, because the background of whatever decision you made is an emotion. And so for you to change back would be betraying your own emotion. And as we all know, if you betray your own emotion, you either become depressed, you have so much anxiety around you. So the idea is for you to be more disciplined, because you'll be more reliable. It will become your identity, and it will be the decision that you've chosen to trust in yourself. When you do that, you'll be more credible, and discipline will be just a big part of your life. To me, that's what discipline is. It is not the motivation. It is not I would call it the short-term thing, or the suffering that people tend to paint it as. It is the thing that is going to make you more reliable. It is the thing that is going to take you to the next step. You don't need motivation. You need discipline in the few things that you do. Yes, this is very short, but that is what I think discipline is. Otherwise, thank you for listening. Keep it at Bezos Chibozi, and see you next week.